So I'm Keith Pitchford. I'm CEO and founder of Great Lakes Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, St. John, Indiana. We have a couple offices, one here and one in Lowell. So we're part of the community, and we like to shop local and be local. That's why we have sought Laciak accounting firm. They do a great job. Brian and his dad have helped us for many, many years, almost more than a decade, or going on a decade. Because a lot of the decisions that we make are based on accounting and tax burden or tax requirements. Of course, they keep us squeaky clean, because I need to be able to sleep at night. I get very little sleep anyway, and so it has to be a restful sleep. And so we rely on Brian and Joe heavily for our business decisions going forward, because there's always tax implications in whatever decision you make. Availability. That's the difference. We used it was one of the Big 10 law firm, or not law firms, Big 10 accountancy firms, and they give you it's a big firm. The bills are big numbers, but their time is minimal, and that's the rub. If you're spending a lot of money, you want a value there, and if they're not available or they don't avail themselves, then there's no value. And so that's why we switched firms, like I said, 10 years ago to Laciak, and worked with Joe first, and then because Brian was making his mark downtown and being a big shot, and then came back home, and we're happy to have him, because I know that going forward we'll have consistency and availability. I meet annually with my lawyers. We meet quarterly on a regular basis with our accountants, Joe and Brian, because what you don't want to do is let things get past you. They have their ear to the ground for what's happening in the community and help us do our analysis. We're always trying to reinvent ourselves, and that information is based on what we get from Laciak's. Joe and I are, he might be slightly older than I am, but I don't think by much. And I'm even starting to try to turn that ship towards, it's like an ocean liner when you're trying to retire. You're trying to turn that ship into port a little bit, and it takes many years. I'm close, more than a decade, or about a decade away, but it's something that you have to think about. And so working with Brian and working with Joe is helping me turn that ship, and I know that Joe is working on that, but having Brian and his brother at the helm of their ship is very comforting to know that.